Welcome to racing at Silver Spring Speedway for the 19th of June. A beautiful day, temperature in the 80s. Father's Day weekend. It's Wise Motorsport Racing Videos here with you. I'll be your announcer again, Mr. Wise Guy. Wise Guy for Country Gold 1000 WIOO. And with me will be Quick Guy, Ron Moyer. We'll be watching street stocks, late models, and super sportsmen this evening. And first on our program will be the street stocks. Starting on the pole will be the 28Z of Mike Conrad, then it's Paul Watson, the 67. Second row will be made up of David Snow in the 175 and Brian Allen in the 18. Doug Hoffman will be starting on the inside of the third row in the 27, then it's Mike Leonard in the 7. Stan Warner will be starting 7th in the 64, then it's Dean Light in the 111. Tim Fetter starting 9th in the 34, and on the outside of the 5th row will be Mike Brenneman in the 07. Starting in the rear will be Bob Early in the 87, Jack Leddick in the 24L, and Justin Rhodes in the 23. 8 laps will be the distance. 6 cars will qualify, and we will have 3 street stocks each tonight. The yellow flags are out. That means it's time to go racing. The green flag is in hand. Your flagman, Randy Eichelberger, is all set to give them the command to start racing. The man on the point is actually the 67 of Paul Watts. Mike Conrad, the 28Z, not making the call. So here we go, the first race of the evening, and here comes Paul Watts. On the outside is David Snow, and watch Tim Fetter, the 34. He started near the back of the pack. Actually, he was the last regular driver, and he's already on the outside, moving up. Down the front stretch is 175, David Snow on the outside. 64, Stan Warner, he started back in the 6th spot. Already challenging for the 2nd position, has it. And the 175, Snow still leading the way. Down the backstretch they go. Trying to challenge for the lead is Stan Warner. Warner throwing his car really hard into 3 and 4. And Gadsburg 64 trying to get the Walker's 175. Running in the 3rd spot is still the 67, our pole setter. That's Paul Watts. Now here comes the 7 of Mike Leonard. Leonard going down on the inside, trying to take that 3rd spot away. Dean Light in the 111 and Tim Fetter dice it out for the 5th and 6th spots respectively. Outside, he taps the rear end of Paul Watts. Watts does a great job saving that car, and Fetter moves into 4th position. Stan Warner using all the track. Warner taking the high road. Dean Light's right there with him, and he moves into the lead on the back. Coming into 3 and 4. Takes the lead on lap number 6. 2 more laps to go. Dean Light's on the outside. Tim Fetter right there also. 4-car breakaway. White flag is out. That's not stopping Tim Fetter. Fetter sees that white flag and means move. And that's what he's doing, moving into the 3rd position. Dean Light now making a challenge for that win. Stan Warner's going to lead him off of the 3 and 4, and it looks like he's going to take the checker flag. Stan Warner takes the win. The win goes to 64 of Stan Warner. Dean Light coming in 2nd. Then it's the 34 of Tim Fetter. David Snow in the 175, the 7 of Mike Leonard, and then the 07 of Mike Brenneman. Next up will be our 2nd street stock heat. Second heat street stock heat, it's going to be Nick Schultz starting on the pole in the 29. Roger Flowers and the 01 will be on the outside of the front row. Second row will be made up of Jamie Barker in the 88B and Mike Ziegler in the 72. Randy Askey will be starting 5th in the 4A. Then it's Ron Jankowski in the 40. Bob Dellinger will be starting 7th in the 31, and then it's son Scott on the outside of the 4th row in the 32. Sam Leonard will be starting at 9th in the 8th, and it's Kirby Seitz in the 95. David Crum in the 24K and Steve Lutz in the 52 round out the field. Heat number 2 is about to get underway. Green flag is out, and here they come. The 01 of Roger Flowers takes the early lead. Jamie Barker in the 88, and Mike Ziegler moving right up through the field. Well, young Scott Dellinger moved on the outside, and it looks like that's the place to go because he's already moved up into 3rd position. The yellow flag does come out, however. We have a car in turn 4. That's Randy Askey that's turned sideways. He's going to spin his car around and come right back to green flag racing. And we also have the 01 of Roger Flowers. Complete restart in just a moment. We'll try and go for it again. On the pole again will be Nick Schultz. Hopefully this time he'll be able to get a better jump on the field. On the outside will be the 88 of Jamie Barker. Then it's going to be Mike Ziegler, and on the outside will be Ron Jankowski. He benefited from this restart, moving up from the 6th starting spot to the 4th position. Here they come down the front stretch. Barker moving on the lead. This time, Father Dellinger follows right in Scott's tread. And he's moving up to the field. But look at Scott Dellinger. Here they come through the field. Ron Jankowski, Scott Dellinger, and Bob Dellinger. Now, I've always wanted to know if Bob and Scott Dellinger were running 1 and 2, was Scott going to lay off and let Scott win, or was Scott going to lay off and let Bob win? Hey, it's Father's Day tomorrow, so, well, come on. Give that a chance. Here they come down the front stretch. It's Scott Dellinger, Ron Jankowski, Bob Dellinger, our points leader, the number 95 car of Kirby Seitz. He's on the inside of Bob Dellinger, trying to make it tough for Bob to get around. Number 8 is Sam Leonard running in the 5th spot, and Randy Askey in the 6th position. Down the back stretch they go. Here we see the points leader. Now there it is, the 52. Steve Lutz in the number 52 car. Yeah, he's able to get it back underway, but a yellow flag has come out. We'll have to get the start going here again, and actually we'll just stay right with them. They said a lineup is right in order, and they're going to go right back to green flag racing. It's Scott Dellinger in the lead. Ron Jankowski is running in 2nd. 3rd, it's Bob Dellinger. Then it's Kirby Seitz, followed by the 8 of Sam Leonard, and the 4 of Randy Askey. Again, 6 cars will qualify, and then they will handicap 5 in the feature event. Green flag is out. Here they come. Backstretch battle for 3rd spot. Bob Dellinger and Kirby Seitz. Kirby trying to take the inside that Dutch speed number 95, the Dellingers. 31 of Bob Dellinger trying the outside of Ron Jankowski. This type Seitz seems to get a good grip off the inside as Scott Dellinger continues to lead the way. Bob Dellinger just falling in line. This time he's going to try the inside. 4 laps down, 2 more to go. Dellinger leading the way off at 3 and 4. Down the front stretch he goes into Dellinger's auto body, Ron Kova, number 32. Jankowski in second. Seitz in third. Seitz now making the move down on the inside. Looks like he's going to take that second spot away. And the white flag will come out this time. White flag out, Scott Dellinger. Ron Kova Plumbing, one of the sponsors on that car. Looks like Seitz has had some damage on that car coming through the field, but doesn't going to stop him. He's on his way in. It looks like he's going to take that third spot. And here comes our race winner, the 32 of Scott Dellinger. The win going to Scott Dellinger. Over Kirby Seitz, Ron Jankowski, Bob Dellinger, Sam Leonard, and the 4 of Randy Askey. They are your 6 qualifiers. Time for our third and final heat event for the street stocks. Rodney Klauser is going to be starting on the pole in the 2R. Then it's Bill Deerdorf in the 12. Jim Scrignoli in the Red Dog 98 and Craig Morgan in the 11. Third row, John Grider in the 4C, and then it's George Esch in the 69. Joe Whiteley will be starting 7th in the 33. Then it's Todd Bowersox in the 0. Joe Crick in the 15. Then it's Eric Hurst in the 1, Scott Hanna in the 6, and Rich Black in the 88D. Our final heat. Green flag is out. 8 more laps to go for our late model. It's been one of those weekends. 8 more laps to go for our street stocks. Hopefully Rodney Klauser will be able to run better than I'm speaking at the beginning of this race. And it looks like he's got that number 2 dialed in a little bit better. A new team. He's been a late model driver here before, and now he's trying his hand at street stock racing. 11 car of Craig Morgan running in the 2nd spot. From what we understand, that's a Highlands motor under the hood of that 2R, so that car should go pretty darn well. Here comes the man who drives a bus to get here. That's the 69 of George Esch. Esch coming off and bumping a little bit with that number 11 of Craig Morgan, but nonetheless, I guess keep right on going. Keep an eye on George Esch. He's been running very strong here the past couple weeks. 98 of Jim Scrignoli. Also doing well, and he's in the 3rd spot. Still all together as the lead continues to go to the 2R of Rodney Klauser. Esch trying to get on the outside of Scrignoli. He goes on the outside, the 4C. Grider. He tries to get underneath, but he just can't do it. They're running right side by side. It looks like they're just cruising around. We've got front to rear of the first 2. Now Esch is cleared. George Esch moves into the 3rd spot. Jim Scrignoli trying the inside. They're 4 wide coming off at 2. The loser on that one was John Grider, who had gone way up high. Scrignoli, Crick, and the 33 of Whiteley said, no, we're not backing out, you have to. Look at this battle for the lead. Klauser has got him high and got him low. Esch going down low. He's got the 2nd spot. Now can he go into the lead? He's got plenty of power in that 69. He's going through the turn. Klauser throws it in hard. Klauser threw that car in awfully hard, was able to continue leading the race. Esch just biding his time, waiting to get a good fight off the inside. Morgan on the outside. Bowersox now moving into the 4th spot. Crick and Scrignoli, your top 6 cars. White flag coming out this time by. Will it be Klauser, will it be Esch, or will it be Morgan? This time Klauser seems to slide up a bit, but he's still holding off Esch. Esch is going to try and the inside. Here they come off of 3 and 4. Great race for Rodney Klauser. And the win going to the 2R of Rodney Klauser, the 69 of George Esch, finishing in 2nd. Then it was the 11 car of Craig Morgan, the 0 of Todd Bowersox, the 15 of Joe Crick, and the 98 car of Jim Scrignoli. Time for our first late model heat of the evening. 10 laps will be the distance, and it's going to be Eric Gable starting on the pole at 41G. Eric Carl Graves in the 9, Dave Graber in the 51, and then Ed Jones in the 29. Johnny Ebersole will be starting 5th in the 78, then Jeff Reese in the 151. Scotty McCann in the 75, Jimmy Shuttlesworth in the F1. Roger Myers in the 83, Joshua Kimmel in the 6, and Mark Pfeiffer in the 2K. And here they come. The green flag is out. 10 laps will be the distance. 6 cars will qualify. 5 will be handicapped. Carl Graves diving into the lead. Ed Jones going up high again. I was talking to him earlier about that. That car looks like it's made out of silly putty or something. But he throws that number 29. Shuttlesworth and McCann bouncing around in the back as Graves continues to lead all the way. 51 of Graber, and now we have a turn sideways. Bouncing into the turn. Ed Jones, well, that car went just a little bit too hard sideways. He collected another late model, and we'll be going back to racing action with 2 laps down in our first late model heat. What? How do I roll? All right. 2 laps down, 8 more to go for our race leader, the 9 car of Carl Graves. And in second position is Dave Graber. Then it's the 151 of Jeff Reese, the 41 car of Eric Gable, 78 of Johnny Ebersole, and our 6th final qualifier at this point, the F1 of Jimmy Shuttlesworth. Shuttlesworth moving into the 4th spot. Shuttlesworth with the feature win already this year. Scott McCann having trouble in that Turner's number 75, trying to move into the qualifying, but just can't seem to move around at 78 of Ebersole. The race continues up front. Carl Graves leading the way. Dave Graber still holding on the 2nd spot. Reese in 3rd. Shuttlesworth 4th. 5th. Eric Gable and 6th. Final qualifier Ebersole at this point. 4 laps are down. 5 laps this time by. He's going to take that lead away. Graves tries the outside. And the 0 ice, number 151. Takes the lead on lap number 7. Can he hold off Graves? And now we have the 51 of Graber spinning. He didn't collect anybody. That was lucky going into 1 and 2. No one got collected. He's able to refire, and we'll go right back into green flag racing. Reese will be leading the way. Boy, this mouth had better get better as the night goes on, I hope. 7 laps are down, 3 more to go. Graves in 2nd, Shuttlesworth 3rd. 4th is Gable. Scotty McCann and Ebersole. McCann getting by Ebersole. He's in the spot. Reese moving out to about a 3-car lead. Shuttlesworth now trying to dive down underneath. Shuttlesworth still trying for second. He and Carl Graves are running side by side. White flag is out. .151, Jeff Reese leading away. Shuttlesworth now moving into second. Here he comes off the 3 and 4. Jeff Reese takes the win. The win goes to Jeff Reese over the F1 of Jimmy Shuttlesworth, the 9 of Carl Graves. Then it's the 41 car of Eric Gable, the 75 of Scotty McCann, and the 78 of Johnny Ebersole. Those are your 6 qualifiers. Next up will be your second heat event.
Reese, the winner, second, the F1 of Jimmy Shuttlesworth.
With a fast start, it's the 17 car of Brad Klink leading the way. Kenny Ryland will be running in the second spot as they get off of turns 1 and 2. Sterling Kynard in third. In fourth, it's the 15 of Jason Covert. The 91 of Jeff Leapart running in the 5th spot. Tommy Blackwell is currently running in 6th. He's got some battle going on with the 10 of Gene Wrightstone. Rounding out the field, the 11 of Dave Sokolowski. Now, Jason Covert is collected in turn number 2. And it looks like it's the 17 car of Brad Kling, who is our race leader, our pole setter. The 2 of those cars coming together on lap number 1, turn number 1 and 2. Hopefully both cars will be able to continue on in this heat event.
Black box and see if the middle button is down. If it is, you can't have it on that. All right, I gotta go again. Wait, hold on. Yep, I gotta go. Call someone else to talk through the phone so you get this right, so when I call back, you go right to it.
Better Kenny Ryland on the point.
Kenny Ryland's going to lead the way. Here they go. The green flag is out. Sterling Kynard running into second position. Leapart in third. Fourth is Blackwell. Then it's Wrightstone. Sokolowski. A 16 car driven by Bush Barton. Brad Kling trying to get up into qualifying. And the 1A of Kurt Gutschall. Ryland still leading the way. Kenny Ryland into a Ford-powered number 4. Kenny Ryland in the oil tickets, number 4. Jeff Leapart running in the second spot. Then it's the 12 of Sterling Kynard. Tanner Wrightstone. Blackwell almost losing it. And now Sokolowski. Sokolowski turns sideways in his 16 of Barton goes right into him on turn number 2. That'll bring out another yellow flag with 4 laps down and 6 more to go.
Greg Morgan, top power socks. Joe Crick and the 98 of Jim Strignoli. And the late models on the track now. We will be bringing you the qualifying throughout the evening. We are the first and the only original racing station.
Kenny Ryland still leading the way. 91 of Jeff Leapart in the second spot. Sterling Kynard in third. Gene Wrightstone fourth. And then it's Tommy Blackwell with, guess who? Yeah, that's right, our Olsen and Brad Kling moving into that 60 mile qualifying position. Leapart on the outside, down the backstretch. Look at him throw that car sideways. He's got all the power in that Bob's number 91. He goes in the lead halfway down. 5 laps down, 5 more to go. Ryland continuing to run a nice easy line down low. Maybe that could be the way to do it. Here comes the battle for the 3rd spot. Wrightstone. Wrightstone now takes it from Sterling Kynard. Blackwell now sets his sights on the west gate, number 12. Blackwell in the Power Pro, number 25, going down the backstretch. Leaphart still leading the way. He's got a comfortable lead now on Ryland. 7 laps down and 3 more to go. Blackwell and Keinert bumping noses. I think Brad Kling's had about enough of this bang and stuff. He's going to wait and see what happens between these two cars and not put his nose where it shouldn't be. He's in the qualifying position, and that's exactly what you want. Just get into that feature. White flag should be coming out this time by. Here comes Jeff Leaphart. Got one car slowing down. There goes Leaphart into 1 and 2. White flag is out for Jeff Leaphart. He's got to clear that lap traffic of 1A up Gutschall. Looks like he's got it, and here he comes. Jeff Leaphart takes the win. And second is Ryland, then the 10 of Brightstone. 25 of Blackwell, and a 17 car with the 12 of Keinert, rounding out your top 6 qualifiers. Again, the win going to the 91 of Jeff Leaphart. On the pole, it's going to be Harold Beinauer for our third heat. Dave Machilton in the 2M in the outside of the first row. Second row will be made up of Bud Whitmer in the 55 and Dave Eitner in the 71. Mark Billett will be starting 5th in the 22. Then it's Ron Little Sr. in the 43. Charlie Cope in the 116 will be starting 7th. 8th will be Scotty Richwine in the 2. Jay Hoover in the 41H. And then it's Mike Kipe in the 91. Final heat event for the late models, and here they come off of 3 and 4. Little getting squeezed on the outside, and it's a 33 car of Harold Beinauer leading the way for lap number 1. He's got some company, Dave Machilton. Machilton running in that second spot. Mark Billett. Now Eitner hits the wall in the back. He's still going on. Ron Little Sr. going through turns number 1 and 2. Richwine right behind. Richwine going underneath down the backstretch. Beinauer still leading. Here comes a challenge for the lead on the front. Dave Machilton trying to get by the York number 33 of Harold Beinauer. Look at Billett right behind, running for that 3rd and 4th spot. Billett trying to get by Bud Whitmer. Billett's got the inside groove. It looks like he's got it this time. Our current track champion, Mark Billett, now moving into the 3rd position. Another try for the lead down the backstretch. Dave Machilton, here he comes. Dave Machilton's trying to get that spot away. He's coming up on some lap traffic here too, the number 99 car. Mike Kipe. Beinauer's on the outside. Machilton running in 2nd. 3rd is Billett. Richwine now diving underneath a little, and Bud Whitmer into that 4th spot. Hanging tough, taking it to 1 and 2. Cope moving back into 4th. Richwine at 5th and 6th is Little. 2 laps to go as they come by this time. Beinauer gets the white flag in the A.E. Duffy, number 33. Off of 3 and 4. comes Harold Beinauer, our pole sitter, and he comes in to take the checkered flag. Dave Mitchell finishing in second. The 22 of Mark Billet in third. Then it's the 116 of Charlie Cope. The 2 of Scotty Richwine in our final qualifier. The 43, Ron Little Sr. Our winner again, the 33 car of Harold Beinauer. Next up will be our Super Sportsman activities for the evening. Our first heat event for the Super Sportsman, it's Randy Kissinger in the 222, Bruno Capillari in the 20. Second row, Dave Myers in 57 and John Provenza in the 90. Lanny Hake will be starting 5th in the 91. Then it's Jerry Strasser in the 25. Paul Troutman in the 16 will be starting 7th. 8th will be John Stamen in the 23. Russ Minton in the 7. Rich Eichelberger in the 8. And Paul Miller will be starting in the rear in the number 58. 5 heats, 4 will qualify. Handicapping 3, 10 laps the distance, and here they come. Randy Kissinger leading the way. Somehow Jerry Strasser from his 6th starting position moved right out there, and then the 23 car now of Stamen, who started 8th, is already up into the 2nd position and is challenging for the lead on lap number 2. Kissinger getting a little sideways. That leaves the 57 of Dave Myers in the 2nd spot. Strasser in the 3rd position. And now, Russ Minton makes his move on the inside. Minton for the 4th and final qualifying position. 23 car of John Stamen leading the way down the front stretch. Stamen has almost a half a straightaway lead already developing. Only 3 laps down. Here comes the battle for the 2nd spot. Dave Myers, car owner, car driver. Strasser on the outside, takes it in that Hurricane shot. Here comes Minton also running the Hurricane. Three cars battling for the final 4 positions of qualifying. And then it's Troutman and Eichelberger. Now making his move up to the front. Eichelberger has to pass one more car to get into the feature event. 5 laps are already down, and your race leader is the 23 of John Stamen. Here they come off 3 and 4. Eichelberger trying the inside. Eichelberger with plenty of power off of 1 and 2, and he moves into the 4th spot. Lap 7 down. Strasser in 2nd, Minton in 3rd. Eichelberger getting a little bit loose as he came off of 1 and 2. He's able to hold on to that 4th spot. Troutman passing Myers. Troutman now has his eyes set on Eichelberger. And a yellow flag comes out in turn 3. Randy Kissinger in that 222. He hasn't been having much luck here at Silver Springs of late, but he keeps coming right back for it. Looks like he might have lost the motor. 8 laps down, 2 more to go when we return. To lead the way off with 2 laps to go. Jerry Strasser in the 2nd spot. Russ Minton in 3rd and Eichelberger in 4th. Troutman 1 position out of qualifying. Myers, Provenza, Capillari, and a 58 car, Paul Miller. Green flag is out. Minton trying the high side as they come off. Minton has that 2nd spot. White flag is out this time. Stamen's got his hands full. Minton's going on the outside. Stamen down low, Minton up high. Here they come, off of 3 and 4, and it's John Stamen taking the win. John Stamen, your winner. Russ Mitten coming in second. Then it's Jerry Strasser in third. And your final qualifier, the number 8 of Rich Eichelberger.
The Lee's Texas Tri-Coast Contracting 23. John Stamen, the winner, second. Contracting on multiple finance streets from
Time for our second heat event. Rodney Adams in the 6 will be starting first. Then it's Ray Myers in the 51, Bob Hockenberry in the 69, and Ron Janney in the 55J, making up the second row. Third row, the pair of Steves, Steve Cannon in the 23C, Steve Wilbur in the 59 car. Danny Hager will be starting 7th in the 5G. Then it's Ken Carberry, the 47, Pat Cannon, the 93, Mark Smith in the Old Mill 22, and Jeff Schlitt in the 38. Here they come off of 3 and 4. And we have a couple cars banging as we get the start. That's the 93 of Pat Cannon, the 55 of Ron Janney, and also the 38 of Jeff Schlitt. Complete restart when we return. Complete restart. The 6 car of Rodney Adams will be leading the way again with the rookie Bob Hockenberry on the outside. 23 of Steve Cannon, and then it is Steve Wilbur. These cars got to move up a row. 5G of Danny Hager running in the 5th spot, and then it's Ken Carberry. 51 car, Myers trying to make it out. He's out, but Cannon is in. The 93 car, Pat Cannon, has a flat left front tire. He's not able to make it out. Lad Hanford, number 6, Rodney Adams leading the way. Bobby Hockenberry on the outside. Spot. Mark Smith, Ken Carberry, and now 2 cars collide. It's the 6 car of Rodney Adams and a 23 of Steve Cannon. Well, the Cannon brothers not enjoying this race very much. Steve Cannon, the 23C, now having problems. The 93, Pat Cannon, in the pits. They both come from New Jersey to race here each week. Not a great way to start the night off for the Cannon brothers. 2 laps are down, 8 more to go. Well, look what's happening now. 2 more cars dropping out. That moves Bobby Hockenberry into the lead. The 5G of Danny Hager in the 2nd. Steve Wilbur in the Land O'Lakes number 59. 3rd and 4th is now Mark Smith. Ken Carberry in the 6th spot. Ken Carberry trying to move into that 4th spot. Smith on the outside. Way up high. He doesn't care. Mark Smith goes all the way up. Smith now trying the outside again. Ken Carberry coming right with him. He takes that 4th spot away from Wilbur. Qualifiers now, the 69 of Hockenberry. Hager bouncing into the 22 of Smith. Hager running in 2nd. Smith now moving back into that 2nd spot. Smith way up high. Hockenberry continuing to just move right along while these 3 cars do battle. Carberry getting into it now, going up high also. Ray Myers trying to get into that frenzy. He's trying to get by Wilbur. Here they come off of 3 and 4. Hager and the Cape Horn 5G. Carberry in the 47. Opening up a pretty wide distance. Bobby Hockenberry still leading away. He's running a nice smooth line up high. 6 laps are down, 7 this time by. And the net mark, number 69. Can he hold off our points leader? The tour leader and the points leader here at Silver Spring Speedway. That's Mark Smith. 2 feature wins in the last 2 weeks. Hockenberry, the rookie, running a nice line. Caught a little bit of a rut there, but he's continuing on. Smith just eyeing him up in that tail rental number 22. He might be, but he's also just staying nice and patient. Here they come off of 3 and 4. There'll be 2 more laps to go this time by. Smith has a good run going. Hockenberry moves right back up. That's the same line he's been moving. Now this time, Smith has to ride right behind. 9 laps down. Here comes the checker flag. Will he have it? Checker flag is out, and he does it! Bobby Hockenberry holds off Mark Smith to take the win. Smith finishing in second, third going to the 5 of Danny Hager, and then it's the 47 of Ken Carberry, rounding out your 4 qualifiers. What a great race for the 69 of Hockenberry. Next up will be our 3rd heat race here at Silver Spring Speedway. It's time for our 3rd sportsman heat of the evening. Starting on the pole will be Jimmy Shuttlesworth in the 41S. Bobby Gutschall, last week's B main winner, in the outside in the 65. John Garman in the 44 will be starting 3rd. 4th will be Scott Snyder in the 117S. Bobby Howard in the Rattler 49 will be starting 5th. 6th will be Donnie Bieber in the 10. George Group will be starting 7th in the 63. Frankie Herr in the Highlands number 3. Bob Fantasy in the Pepsi 1, number 1. Then it's Brian Rhodes in the 7R. Here at the Springs, our points leader is Mark Smith. Richard Eichelberger in 2nd. 3rd is Bob Fantasy. 4th, Carmen Perigo. 5th, John Stoner. 6th, Pat Cannon. 7th, Russ Mitten. 8th, Frankie Herr. 9th, Howie Locke. And our 10th, J.R. Fry. J.R. Fry coming up in the next heat, but we've got a couple of them right here in this heat event. Our top 10 drivers. It's awfully hard to stay in the top 10 here at Silver Spring, and it's awfully hard to qualify. They're going to try and do it here in our 3rd heat event. Green flag is out. Here they come. Shuttlesworth and the new Cumberland Auto Parts number 41 leads the way. Gutschall running in 2nd, Garman in 3rd. Scott Snyder in the 17, holding on that 4th spot, but he's got company also. Outside. Herr's got that 3rd spot, 4th spot away. Herr's at 4th. Now he's got his eyes set on Garman. Shuttlesworth continuing to lead the way. Shuttlesworth, Gutschall, Garman, and Herr. Trying to high side, trying to get past John Garman. The Chetron 65 of Bobby Gutschall. Herr's trying to take it down low, and this track, I'll tell you right now, is awfully dry already. This track is definitely fast up high. 6 laps are down, 4 more to go. Jimmy Shuttlesworth is driving right into the turn. Garman going way up high, setting up a rooster tail. Each time he gets further and further up that curve into that loose stuff. Mifflin Street Garage. Number 44. Herr still trying to short way around the track down low. But Garman's got a lot of power coming off that turn. Shuttlesworth, Gutschall, Garman, and Herr. The last 6 laps. Here they come off of 3 and 4. The white flag is out for Jimmy Shuttlesworth and the new Cumberland Auto Parts, number 41. Looks like Gutschall is closing. Gutschall trying to take the lead. Gutschall wants to go from winning the B main to winning the third heat race. Don't know if he's going to have time. Here they come off at 3 and 4. Gutschall taking it down low. Shuttlesworth holds him off. And Jimmy Shuttlesworth taking the checkered flag. Coming in second, Bobby Gutschall to 65. It's the 44 of John Garman and the 3 of Frankie Herr. Those are our 4 qualifiers in heat number 3. Next up, heat number 4. Fourth heat about ready to get underway. We were talking about the point standings. And in those point standings, in the tour points, it's Mark Smith in the lead, Bob Fantasy in second, third is Carmen Perigo, fourth Frankie Herr, fifth Rich Eichelberger, sixth Pat Cannon, seventh Howie Locke, eighth Russ Minton, ninth J.R. Fry, and 10th Johnny Stoner. And speaking of J.R. Fry and Johnny Stoner, they're here in this heat event. John Adams will start on the pole in the 29 with Chris Reed on the outside in the 14. While Bill Heckert in the 82 and Tommy Haxall, last night's winner at Path Valley, in the 55H. Matt Ondeck in the 2M and Keith Prutzman make up the third row. Fourth row, Smokey Snellbaker in the 340, J.R. Fry in the 42 Old Milwaukee car. John Stoner in the 4, then it's Tim Leapart in the 11L and Jen Yinger in the 15. Green flag is poised and ready to go. Green is out and here they come. Well, J.R. Fry did it again, starting in 8th position, and he's all the way up to 4th before the first lap is even completed. 14 car, Chris Reed, running on the lead. Tommy Haxall up high in the 55. Here comes Fry into the third spot. John Adams, our pole sitter, running in 4th, still holding on to a qualifying position. Here comes the battle for the lead. Chris Reed down low, Haxall up high. Matt Ondeck goes way up in the cushion. He's able to hold on to it and brings it back. Haxall losing the lead on lap number 3. Smokey Snellbaker in the Cumberland Valley Motors, number 340. Trying to get that 4th and final qualifying position away. Can't quite pull it off yet. He's got a tough battle going on there with John Adams. Fry's got a good run off of 1 and 2. He takes it up high. Chris Reed slides back in front. And that's that lap car, the number 15 of Jen Yeager. Asked her how she likes it so far. She says she's having a great time. Here comes J.R. Fry. Fry off of 1 and 2. Fry moves into the second spot. Awfully dry track again. If they go down low, it seems like all they do is spin. Battle going on between John Stoner and a Silver Fox. Silver Fox in that Mopar powered car trying to hold off Stoner for that final qualifying position. 7 laps are down. Here comes Stoner. Stoner on the inside of Snellbaker. Down the backstretch they go. Stoner has the inside groove. Snellbaker on the outside. Side by side racing. Looks like Stoner might have it. He takes Snellbaker all the way up to the cushion and moves into the 4th spot. 8 laps are down. Here comes the white flag for Tommy Haxall and the First United Mortgage, number 55. J.R. Fry running in second. Chris Reed in third, and 4th is Johnny Stoner. Here comes Haxall. Haxall winning the heat, number 4 in the First United Mortgage, number 55. Then it's J.R. Fry in the WIOO, number 42. The 14 of Chris Reed, and the number 4 Towaway Express car, Johnny Stoner. What a great race for that 4th heat event, and the win going to Tommy Haxall. Our final sportsman heat will put Dave Newman on the pole in the 21, Jerry Wolf on the outside in the 50, Glenn Keller the 71K, George Ryden the 32, Leroy Martin the 66, and Dave Burkheimer in the 5B in the third row. Fourth row will be Joe Renneker in the 25S and Howie Locke in the 12. Carmen Perigo, Joro Osterlach, and Jim Wentz round out your field. I'm not going to say a word about how fast things are going tonight. The second you do, things go bad. So I didn't say anything. We're just going to keep that racing going. Here they come, off of 3 and 4. Lap number 1 is completed with the 21 of Dave Newman. The Turner Hydraulics are leading the way. The 39 car, Joe Orsolak, comes to rest under that partly constructed number, or WIOO banner. We see that the billboard's just about completed there. Joe Orsolak having some motor problems. 1 lap has been scored. We'll be come back with single file restart action at Silver Spring Speedway. Dave Newman will lead the way, the 50 of Jerry Wolf in the second spot. Then it's George Ryden, the 32, and Dave Burkheimer in the red, white, and black attack from Mechanicsburg. He's in that final qualifying position. Green flag is out, single file restart. Here they come off 3 and 4. Newman oil pole, a big sponsor on that car. Wolf going up high. Newman definitely has a good run coming off the bottom of 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, Howie Locke moving into 5th. Carmen Perigo right with him. Perigo winning 2 out of the last 3 feature races. He's running the Ford power plant. In the sportsman division, we have the Ford of Perigo, the Chevy of everybody else, and the Mopar of Snellbaker. Perigo and the Eagle Speed home, number 2A, running 5th. Newman continues to lead the way down the backstretch. Wolf in 2nd. Ryden just staying out of harm's way, running in that 3rd spot. Here comes Perigo down low. Perigo trying to take away that 4th spot. Looks like he might have it, but Burkheimer battling back in the subway 5B. Perigo moves off the bottom and into the 3rd spot. The battle between Perigo and Ryden now. Perigo into 3rd. Right behind Wolf. The Shoey's number 50. Perigo definitely has it dialed in. Down low. He goes down low, just comes right off. Now Wolf loses power down the backstretch. Jerry Wolf's going to try and get his car in. There are 6 laps down. He does get it in. Ryden still running in 3rd. Burkheimer trying to hold off Locke. Locke on the outside. Newman still leading the way. Here Newman comes off of 3 and 4. Down the front stretch into Turner Hydraulics number 21. He's got Perigo right there now. Perigo definitely has a good line on the inside. Burkheimer low, Locke high. Burkheimer slides back up, holding that spot. Now this time he goes high again, Locke down low. White flag is out. Can't Perigo catch Newman? Newman awfully slow, going off of 1 and 2. Perigo had to put the binders on, but this time he goes up high, Perigo down low, and Newman holds on for the win. Perigo finishing in 2nd. 32 of Ryden and the 5 of Dave Burkheimer. What a gate run for Burkheimer. And of course, sitting on the pole for Dave Newman, it sure wasn't easy, but he came on to take the win of our 5th and final heat event in the Super Sportsman division, followed by Perigo, Ryden, and Burkheimer. Time for our late model consolation. Dave Graber will be starting on the pole with Kurt Gutshaw on the outside of the 1A. Sorry, new name there. Bud Whitmer in the 55, and Mark Pfeiffer will make up the second row in the 2K. Then it's Dave Eitner, the 71, Ed Jones, the 29, Roger Myers, the 83, Dave Tokolowski, the 11, Jay Hoover, the 41, Joshua Kimmel, the 6, Bud Barton, the 16, Mike Dipe in the 99, and Jason Covert in the 15. Good to see Jason Covert back out. Two cars banging, and Ed Jones goes up on his side. The car now comes back down. Ed Jones back after a few years off, and look at that car. Ed held together. He went down low, and it just brought him up and back down. Whoa, we hate to see that kind of an accident, but we hope to hear that everything's okay. Ambulance coming here on Silver Spring Speedway. Waiting to hear whether our driver's okay, and he's out of the car and he's okay. Whoa, what a harrowing experience there, I'm sure, for Ed Jones to be hanging up in that car. The crowd is awfully happy to see him get out of that car. We'll go back with a complete restart here at Silver Spring Speedway. Dave Graber in the 51 will be able to restart. On the outside is the 55 of Bud Whitmer. Then it's the 83 car of Roger Myers. 151, Covert is right there. Here they come off 3 and 4. And again, we have a couple cars banging into each other. It's the two of Scotty Richwine and Jay Hoover. Now you better watch that. Scotty Richwine, I think, buys some parts from Jay Hoover. Front stretch here, we've got some debris right there in the middle of the track. Old quick eye Ron Moyer picked it up already. Well, and Hoover runs right over it. Well, he didn't have any place else to go because he's trying to get in between Eitner and the two of Richwine. They've cleared the track. We should be able to go right back to green flag racing. No laps are completed. Thought they'd be able to go back, but they're not. They're going to take a couple more laps here, so we will go green flag in just a few moments.
Insulated bag from Shelley Jewelers. Box. Check that. 49825. 49825.
Still no laps scored. It's going to be the 51 of Graber on the point as the sun completely sets here at Silver Spring Speedway and the temperature starts to drop a little bit. Graber on the outside, the 55 of Whitmer starting second, third, the 83 of Myers, and then it's Jason Covert, Eitner, and Richwine. 6 Joshua Kimmel, and the 1A car of Kurt Gutshaw. Kurt Gutshaw spinning out on the first turn. Yellow flag comes out. We still don't have a lap complete. Can't even say 3 times is going to be the charm. Let's just hope that this time we get 1 lap in so they can go to a single file restart. Consolation event, hey, this is it. If they don't make it in, they don't qualify, they don't go into the feature. So that's why they're pulling out all the stops. Our late model consolation is back underway again. Dave Graber, he leads the way. Bud Whitmer running in second. Jason Covert in third. The 83 of Roger Myers in fourth. Dave Eitner fifth. And your final qualifier at this moment, the 2 of Scotty Richwine. Actually, I'm sorry, that's Mark Pfeiffer in the 2K. Excuse me, I've been calling out Scott Richwine ever since it started. Mark Pfeiffer in the 2K. Whitmer on the outside. Graber slides up a bit this time, going through 1 and 2. 3 coming on the track, coming out of 4, and also we have the 1A turn sideways. So 3 laps are down, more to come.
Got many of those winning numbers. You can pick up your prize at the booth where you bought your program book earlier tonight.
Back to green flag racing. 3 laps are down for our late models. Gerber trying the inside on the restart. Whitmer had just caught up with the 51 of Graber, was trying to make his move on the outside when that yellow came out. Here they come down the front stretch, and we have another car turn sideways. That's the 2K of Mark Piper. Not sure whether there's a time limit on late models, but there might be, and if there is, it's getting pretty close to that time limit. Checker flag might be coming out. And it looks like they're going to get the checker flag this time around. Time limit has expired. So it'll be Dave Graber taking the win when he comes around. The checker flag here is out. Graber takes the win. 55 of Barton in second. Then it's the 15 of Covert, the 71 of Eitner, the 6 car of Kimmel, and the 83 of Roger Myers. Well, that's the way to end a race. They can't get it done. They checker that. That's the way they do it here at Silver Spring Speedway. Next up will be your Super Sportsman consolation events. Time for our next heat event, and look at that. The emergency crew is all ready to go out there and help, but looks like they're just like fans too. Here comes our starter. It's Paul Troutman. He's going to be starting on the inside of the first row. Starting on the outside will be Steve Wilbur in the 59. John Provenza will be starting third in the 90. Then it's Ron Chaney in the 55. Donnie Beaver in the 10 will be starting fifth. Sixth will be Dave Myers in 57. Raymond Myers in the 51 will be starting seventh. Eighth, Bruno Capillari in the 20. Then it's Pat Cannon in the 93. Bobby Howard the 49. Paul Miller the 58. Brian Rhodes the 7R. Randy Kissinger the 222. Rodney Adams the 6. Steve Cannon the 23. C. Jeff Schultz the 38. And Lanny Hake the 91. That's how they're scheduled to come out. Only 3 cars will qualify. Troutman and Wilbur going at it. Wilbur on the Landed Eights, number 59. Troutman and the old Milwaukee family Ford Mercury, number 16. If patience is a virtue, Paul Troutman has it. He's going to be running in that second spot. Donnie Beaver, another one from East Pennsburg, running in the third spot. He's in that final qualifying position. Provenza running in third and now fourth, and now he's going to try to be passed. Cannon, Bad Cannon in the Walt Bigler owned Castle sponsored number 93 now moves to the fourth spot. Troutman still trying that low line. Troutman low, Wilbur high. Laps are down. These are going to be 10-lap events. Wilbur going up high, getting a little sideways. Troutman closing again. Good race between these two veterans. Lakes Racing RV's number 16 of Troutman. He tried to go a little bit different line that time. And now Cannon moves into the third spot, passing the 10 of Beaver. 6 laps are down for Steve Wilbur in the Lando Lakes, number 59. Steve Wilbur from Mechanicsburg. Car owners Bob and Joanne Wilbur. Bob Wilbur, a past track champion here at the Springs. Steve Wilbur now leads the way off of 3 and 4. 8 laps to be down this time by. this time. 93 Cannon right there. Trauman again, down low. White flag is out. This is it, last lap. Trauman stay right there. Wilbur, and look at this. He goes on the inside. Will he be able to make it stick as they come off of 3 and 4? What a gutsy move by Paul Trauman. Trauman wins the consolation. Wilbur finishing in the second spot, and Pat Cannon in third. What a great run for a veteran and a real sportsman. Paul Trauman in the Rice Racing Collectibles, Family Ford Mercury, Old Milwaukee, number 16. Next up will be our second sportsman consolation event. It's time for our second Super Sportsman Consolation event. Starting on the pole in the Graham Motor Company, number 63, will be George Group in the 63. Smokey Snellbaker in the Cumberland Valley Motors, number 340, will be starting on the outside of the first row. Howie Locke in the 12 will be starting third, and starting fourth will be Keith Prutzman in the 28. Our third row will be made up of Joe Reniker in the 25S and Scott Snyder in the 17S. Our fourth row, John Adams in the 29 will be starting on the inside, Leroy Martin on the outside at 66. Jim Leapart scheduled to start 9th in the 11L, then it's Glenn Keller in the 71. Bob Fantasy scheduled to start 11th, then it's Matt Ondeck in the 2M. Jim Wentz in the 88 in 13th. 14th, Bill Heckert in the 82. Jen Yinger in the 15, Jerry Wolf in the 50, and Joe Orsolak in the 39. Those are how they're scheduled to come out. Again, only 3 cars will qualify. These will be another 12 laps, sorry about that, consolation event. I think they all said 12 at the same time up here. It's like a chorus. 12 laps will be the distance for this second Sportsman Consolation event. The reason being because there's more than 14 cars in this consolation event. That's why Silver Spring gives the guys just 2 more laps to try and move from the rear of the field up to the front. Again, it's going to be the Graham Motor Company 63 with the Cumberland Valley Motors, number 340, Mopar powered. Number 340, Smokey Snellbaker on the outside. 12 laps of distance. Randy Eichelberger has the green flag out. It's pedal down. Here they come. Snellbaker on the outside. Group on the inside, and Locke into that third and final qualifying position. Off of 3 and 4, it's the Crockett Holmes, number 340. Smokey Snellbaker, George Group running in second, third Howie Locke, fourth Keith Prutzman. Scott Snyder and Joe Reniker running in 6 box. Fantasy, Martin, all out of qualifying position at this point. Group flying down low again. Snellbaker staying up high, seems to have the advantage as they go off 1 and 2 with 3 laps now. Up into the 4th spot. Bob Fantasy started back in the 11th position, and he's powered his way up into the 4th spot. Fantasy in the Pepsi 1 car has the sight set on the 12. Up block. Group down low on Snellbaker once again on 3 and 4. down stretch. Here they come down the front. The Silver Fox still leading the way. Bob Fantasy and Howie Locke now battling for that final qualifying position. The Tom Stego, number 12, of Locke. The Pepsi One car of Fantasy. Fantasy down low, Locke up high. Fantasy does a slide job on Locke. Laps down, 10 this time by. 2 more laps to go for the Silver Fox. Snellbaker off of 3 and 4, still with the lead. White flag is out this time by. Sponsor number 340 is Snellbaker. Here he comes. Smokey Snellbaker takes the win. 63 of George Group coming in second. And then our final qualifier, the number 1 of Bob Fantasy. Our current track champion, Howie Locke, not making it into the feature for this evening. Again, the win goes to the Mopar-powered Cumberland Valley Motor sponsored 340 of Smokey Snellbaker. Next up will be our street stock feature event.
10 laps. 10 laps will be the distance for our street stock.
Starting on the pole for the consolation will be Brian Allen in the 18. Steve Lutz will be starting second in the 52. The second row will be made up of Joe Whiteley in the 33 and Bob Early in the 87. The third row, James Barker in the 88B and John Grider in the Saturn 4C. Paul Watts will be starting in the inside of the fourth row in the 67. Then it's Nick Schultz in the 29S. Eric Hurst will be starting 9th in the 1. Doug Hoffman in the 27 will be starting 10th. Our 6th row is made up of Rich Black in the 88B, Justin Rhodes in the 23, Scott Hanna in the 6th will be starting 13th. 14th will be Jack Liddick in the 24L. Mike Ziegler will be starting 15th in the 72. Then it's Bill Deerdorf in the 12. Our 9th row, Mike Conrad in the 28Z and Roger Flowers the 01. Then it's Kenny Crum in the 24K. 6 cars will qualify out of this consolation event. Again, 10 laps will be the distance. And this is the final qualifying event of the evening. Next up will be our 3 feature events for the evening here at Silver Spring Speedway. Race leader Brian Allen, a past crew member with Phil Long when he was running Super Sportsman here, and also with Smokey Snellbaker, moved into street stock driving for himself. Here he comes. Green flag is out for our final qualifying event of the evening. Leads the way for lap number 1. Couple cars are banging, but they look like they're going to be able to continue. But we have 1 stop by the pole in 3 and 4. That's car number. Lineup looks good. We're going to go back to green flag racing. Now with Brian Allen on the inside and on the outside, it's veteran Joe Whiteley in the 33.
Our second row will be made up of the 87 of Bob Early and the 88 of Jamie Barker. And starting in the 5th spot, is that 29 car, Nick Schultz. Slow pace for that restart. Brian Allen's going to give him that real quick start as soon as he comes around the turn. Here they go. Eric Hurst in the 1, still in qualifying position, but he's got a battle going on. Doug Huffman and that red dog, number 27, trying to get by. Little banging going on coming off of 3 and 4. Now we have a car turned sideways. Car is spinning on the front stretch. Fire crew checking everything out right away, checking with all the drivers quickly to make sure they're all okay. 87 of Bob Early trying to back his car out. Mike Ziegler in the 72 also involved. The 27 car of Doug Huffman and also the 29S of Nick Schultz. Everything looks clean and green. We should be able to go right back at it this time around. Brian Allen, Joe Whiteley,
I guess our big focus is lifestyle.
James Barker, the 1 of Eric Hurst, and the 88B, that's Rich Black. Some of these cars just trying to make it into the feature event, and it's been shuffled back and forth. Notice who's back too, the 4C car, John Grider. He had to go in the pits, but he's back out. Looks like the inside row got the quick start. Here they come. Brian Allen leads the way, the 88 of Jamie Barker. Trying to close in on the inside of 33, Joe Whiteley. Eric Hurst running in that 4th spot. Little bobble coming up with Rich Black in that 88D. John Grider moving up into the 5th position. He's into the qualifying spot. Keep an eye on that 67, Paul Watts. He's on the move too, on the inside. Here they come off of 3 and 4. Brian Allen still leading the way with Whiteley running in the 2nd spot. James Barker running fourth. 5th, Eric Hurst and John Grider in the 5th spot. And 6th, there he is, Paul Watts moving into the final qualifying position. John Grider pitted on one of the earlier events. He came right back out. Now look at him moving up into the 3rd spot. Whiteley on the outside. He dives back down low, trying to stay right with our race leader, Brian Allen. Halfway down this time by. Yellow flag comes out. Yellow flag coming out, but it looks like time has expired on the street stock consolation, and the win will go to the number 18 car of Brian Allen. Your
6 qualifiers will be the 18 of Brian Allen, the 33 of Joe Whiteley, the 4C of John Grider, the 88 of James Barker, the 1 of Eric Hurst, and your final qualifier, the 67 of Paul Watts. Our next event will be the features for Silver Spring Speedway in the Super Sportsman Division. Turn the mic right back over to Mr. Steve Inch. It's time for our feature event here at Silver Spring Speedway on Wise Motorsport Racing Video. On the pole will be Jimmy Shuttlesworth in a 41, then it's Dave Newman in a 21. Chris Reed and Bobby Gutschall will make up the second row. The third row will be Bobby Hockenberry and John Garman. Fourth row, Tom Hacksaw and George Ryden. The fifth row, Jerry Strasser and Danny Hager. Sixth row, John Stamen and J.R. Fry. Seventh row, Russ Mitten and Carmen Perigo. Eighth row, Mark Smith and Rich Eichelberger. Ninth row, Ken Carberry and Frankie Herr. The 10th row, John Stoner and Dave Berkheimer. The 11th row, Paul Troutman and Smokey Snellbaker. And the 12th row, Steve Wilbur, George Group, with our final qualifiers, Pat Cannon and Bob Fantasy. Again, the shocker is our track champion, Howie Locke, not qualifying, I think, for the first event that I know of in a long, long time. It's awfully tough here. 54 sportsmen were here to qualify. Only 26 are going to make it into the field. Shuttlesworth with the sponsorship from the new Cumberland Auto Parts. He's going to be giving that a good run up from the front. And Dave Newman, who starts up front, will always give you a good run when he starts one of those first couple rows. Well, they want to see what happens with Carmen Perigo. Will he come up through the middle? He's starting in the 14th spot. Mark Smith in the 15th position. Some of our other top 10 drivers, J.R. Fry on the old Milwaukee car, starting 12th. We also have Tommy Hacksaw starting 7th. He just had a win last night at Path Valley Speedway. He's hungry for another win. It could come tonight. Crowd is getting ready. It's going to be the feature event they've been waiting for all night long. Here it comes, the 25-lap feature event at Silver Spring Speedway. We have one of those wrecks right on the first lap. We have one car on its side. We have the 5 of, that's Danny Hager, George Ryden, John Garman, Smokey Snellbaker in the 340. And we have one car on its side that we haven't even been able to figure out who that is. Looks like that might be Rich Eichelberger in the 8, and he is turned on his side. He's already out of the car, and he's okay. Well, looks like everybody's all right. They'll try and make repairs on the track and get back at it. Oh, well, it's going to be one of those nights at Silver Spring. I told you I shouldn't have said anything about it. Shuttlesworth and Newman are going to lead the way. We've had a big delay here, but everybody's back out there. Second row, Chris Reed and the 65 of Gutschall. Then it's Bobby Hockenberry. John Garman now moving to the back, so that moves Hacksaw up. Bryden also in the pits. Jerry Strasser, he's out there. Hager to the back. Stamen is up. J.R. Fry back. Mitten up. Perigo up. Smith up. Eichelberger still in the pits. And the green flag is out. Rich Eichelberger does not make it out of the pits in time. Lap is completed, and the new Cumberland Auto Parts number 41 of Jimmy Shuttlesworth leads the way. Dave Newman running in second. Chris Reed in third. Fourth, Bobby Hockenberry. Now we have the car going way up high, and that's red flag is out. Here we have a car sideways on the front stretch. Well, we missed that completely. We had no idea that was going on.
Not even sure exactly which car that is. Looks like it's the 44 car of John Garman, who brought out the red flag. The ambulance is rolling. He's out of the car standing there, so it looks like everything's okay.
Garmin is okay.
Wow. It's just happening left and right here at the Springs. 2 laps are down of our 25-lap feature event. Back to racing action. John Garman's okay. It's going to be Shuttlesworth leading the parade. The 21 of Newman in second, Chris Reed in third, fourth, 69 of Hockenberry. Then it's the 7 of Mitten, the 55 of Haxall, the 23 of Stamen, the 25 of Strasser, the 22 of Smith. Those are your top 10. Here they come. Closer to Shuttlesworth this time on a restart. Look at Russ Mitten go. Mitten from Newville. Spot Reed. Off of 3 and 4. It's still the newcomer over 41 on Shuttlesworth. Into the 7th position. Last week's feature winner. And here comes Perigo. It's Smith and Perigo into 1 and 2. It seems like these two are always side by side. Down the backstretch they go. They definitely have 2 of the faster cars on the track. Shuttlesworth. Shuttlesworth down the front stretch. Then there's Newman. And still Russ Mitten. 1 and 2. It's Hockenberry. There's Perigo. Perigo trying to move down the backstretch. Trying to get behind. Chris Reed's right behind him. And Mark Smith. Smith losing a little bit of ground on Perigo. Comes out. That's the 14 of Chris Reed, who was up in the top 5. 8 laps are down, and we still have another 17 to go here with Super Sportsman feature racing at Silver Spring Speedway. Time for the restart. Bobby Hockenberry also going into the pits with Chris Reed. It's going to be Jimmy Shuttlesworth leading the way. Dave Newman, Russ Mitten, and then listen to this. Perigo and Smith running 4th and 5th after starting back in 14th and 15th positions. Perigo makes a move right on the restart. Perigo. Perigo up the 3rd, passing Newman on the inside. Perigo up to 2nd. Now here comes Damon. Back of the field, and he's up into the 12th position. He's past
Carberry with ease. Can he go to the rear of the field and come the whole way up into the top 10? He's throwing the car as hard as he can. That's the way to move up to the field. And that old Milwaukee BYO club. Hacksaw doing a little bumping with the 93 of Canada going through 3 and 4. And Hacksaw had to back off. This race between John Stoner and Frankie Herr. These two guys used to be teammates together. Stoner now moves into the sixth spot, excuse me. Stoner up to 6th. John Stoner has been struggling this year. 47 Carberry going into the pit. Perrigo does not seem to be able to make any kind of headway on Shuttlesworth. Shuttlesworth coming off of 3 and 4. Shuttlesworth down the front stretch has almost a full straightaway lead on Perrigo. 15 laps are down, 10 more to go. Off of 3 and 4. Perrigo. Newman, and then about Newman unloads the motor. Newman coming down the front stretch, running in the 3rd position, unloads the motor, and brings out the yellow flag with 16 laps down of our 25-lap feature. Here comes the restart. Shuttlesworth, Perrigo, Mitten, Smith, and Stoner. Herr, Stamen, Cannon, Fantasy, Hacksaw. Those are top 10. Then it's Crosser, Herkheimer, Fry, and Drew. Racing action everywhere you look on the track. Perrigo trying to close in on Shuttlesworth. Smith diving down low. Smith on the low side trying to get past Mitten. Here comes her. A remake of last week's feature event. Mark Smith. Frankie Herr. Stoner down low. Stoner cutting a little bit too close. Stop that looks like Smokey Snellbaker. No, Snellbaker's still running. In turn 2, have to check it out and see who that is.
20 laps have been completed, 5 to go. Tommy Hacksaw stopped his race car in 2nd, 3rd.
Tommy Hacksaw obscured by the rest of the fans standing on the trailers. Looks like he's got a problem. Well, he won last night, so tonight not quite as good, but it's still good just to qualify here at the Springs. 20 laps down, 5 more to go when we come back. 20 are down, 5 more to go. Can Shuttlesworth be caught? Doesn't look like Perrigo can do it, so will Smith pass Perrigo. Will he go for the dive? Perrigo goes low. Smith tries it up high. Doesn't seem like it's got the job done yet, but he's got a lot of speed
doesn't look like Farragut or Smith have anything for him. Smith going up high again. Farragut staying down low. Smith's got a lot of speed this time. The white flag is out this time for Jimmy Shuttlesworth. Smith trying to pass Farragut on the outside. They're battling out. Smith diving down low. Can he hold it? Here comes a 41 of Jimmy Shuttlesworth, the Iron Man, to take the win. And the win going to the 41 of Jimmy Shuttlesworth. The 2A of Carmen Perigo coming in second, and third was the 22 of Mark Smith. In fourth was the 7 of Russ Smith, and then it's the 1A of Bob Fantasy. 3 car of Frankie Herr, the 4 of John Stoner, the 23 of John Stamen, 93 of Pat Cannon, and the 25 car of Jerry Strasser. Those are your top 10. We'll join Jimmy Shuttlesworth and the crew of the New Cumberland Auto Parts number 41 trackside in Victory Lane.
Another new feature winner this year in sports racing, Jimmy Shuttlesworth. Leading all 25 tonight, that's what it is, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, we were fortunate to start in the pole, but we've been struggling a lot with our engine program. And Denny Willie, he helped me out a lot, and I got to thank him. We worked night and day, and we dynoed it on our air strip, trying to get the motor to run better. We figured it out together, and he's a great mechanic. I'd like to thank my guys and New Cumberland Auto Parts, their motor, and if it wasn't for Kevin Young and Rick Taylor, I wouldn't be here.
Looked like it was dialed in pretty good tonight, Jim. You can put it anywhere on the racetrack.
Well, yeah, I got to thank Moon Byers from Al Hamilton, the race car to 77 at Raymer. They really helped me out a lot because I've been struggling. We built this car a little different, and it all worked out tonight.
It's been like an on-again, off-again deal, hasn't it, Jim?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, sometimes, like Carmen's coming from the back, and I don't think I could have came to where he was then, you know.
How concerned were you about those guys? Carmen and Smith, I'm sure you saw them up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I just try to drive as smooth as I can and use the throttle, you know, not spin the tires. Just try to find a racetrack that feels the best.
Hey, we'll make this quick. Maybe do what you did a year or two ago and win both of them in the same night. You got a late model feature coming up, Jim.
Yeah, that late model's been real good, and I don't know, it's tough. I mean, starting back there, but, you know, it can happen.
Congratulations, Jim.
Thank you.
Jimmy Shuttlesworth, and he'll draw the winning 50-50, 458.50 in the jackpot tonight. We'll get Jim back to his racing car as quickly as we can. Thanks, Jim. 706-213. 706-213 is the winning 50-50.
And the official results, the rundown, your win, of course, going to Jimmy Shuttlesworth. Coming in second was the 2A of Carmen Perigo, and third, the 22 of Mark Smith. Coming in fourth was the 7 car of Russ Minton. Then it was the 1 of Bob Fantasy finishing in the 5th spot. He came up 21 positions. Finishing in 6th was the 3 of Frankie Herr. In 7th, the 4 of John Stoner. In 8th, the 23 of John Stamen. 9th was the 93 of Matt Cannon. And rounding out your top 10, the number 25 of Jerry Strasser.
He's making more money doing it that way than 26th.
Once again, fans, the winning 50-50 number, $458.50 was in the jackpot tonight. 706-213. 706-213. You have the winning tickets. Stop by the press box. I'd like to thank everyone who bought a ticket. Again, all the proceeds go toward the Special Olympics.
That's right, it is time for our late model feature. Again, Eric Gable will be starting on the pole with Harold Beinauer. Second row will be made up of Brad Kling and Carl Graves. The third row, Dave Machilton and Kenny Ryland. Your fourth row, Tommy Blackwell and Mark Billett. Fifth row, Jeff Freese and Gene Wrightstone. Sixth row, Scotty McCann and Charlie Cope. Seventh row, Jeff Leapart and Jimmy Shuttlesworth. Can the Iron Man do it again? Can he come and win the feature event for both Super Sportsman and late models? Scott Richwine will be starting on the inside of the eighth row. Johnny Eversole on the outside. The ninth row, Sterling Kiner and Ron Little Sr. 10th row will be made up of Dave Graber and Bud Whitmer. And the 11th row, Jason Covert and Dave Eitner. Rounding out your field, Josh Kimmel and Roger Myers. Your top, those are your 12 rows and your starting positions. Announce it? Should I announce that? Well, we've got a problem. We've got a fuel cap off of one of the cars, but we can't tell which one. So we're going to try and bring the car by our officials here at Silver Spring. Check to see which one is missing its fuel cap. Pretty quick job of checking out, finding out what that was, and they identified it as fuel. 22. They find it? And they found it was the 22 of Mark Billett. Mercury Track Canyon. Well, a fuel cap off is the same thing in the car as the means we're getting into. Now that we've got that problem taken care of, we'll be able to get right back to green flag racing. Lineup looks good. Looks like we'll be going green flag racing this time by. Eric Gable will be starting them off. The green flag is poised. On the outside, it's past track champion Harold Beinauer. Will he be able to move in, or will this be the night that Brad Kling takes it to the front? Green flag is out. Here comes our late model. Eric Gable on the inside, Beinauer on the outside. Kling and Graves hanging in there now. Graves moves into the second position. Beinauer, Graves, Kling, and here comes Dave Michelle. Kenny Ryland in the fourth power plant on the outside in turn 3 and 4. Blackwell in the power number 25. He's running in the 6th position. Mark Billett, Jeff Freese, Scotty McCann up in the top 10. Down the front stretch they go, into 1 and 2. It's Feinauer leading the way with Graves in second. Cluster of cars down the backstretch. They're still sorting it out as they get through the field. We have one car jutting out to the outside, brushing up against the wall. That's the 41 of Eric Gable. Here's a challenge for the lead. Carl Graves trying to take that lead position away. Brad Kling still running in the third spot. David Sheldon in fourth. Feinauer powering back on the backstretch. Down the backstretch they go, to the front. Turns 1 and 2, and Graves now dives down low. Feinauer has enough power to hold him off on the top side. David Sheldon running in the fourth spot. Fifth, Blackwell. 6th, Phillips. 7th, Priest. 8th, Leapart. 9th, McCann. And 10th, Charlie Cope in the 116. 8 laps are down on our 20-lap feature event. It's still Harold Feinauer leading the way. Side-by-side racing between Jeff Leapart and Jeff Fries. Scotty McCann and Charlie Cope also doing the side-by-side battle, as are our race leaders. Mark Phillip running in the 5th spot. And the yellow comes out as Scotty McCann slows down. Charlie Cope also looks like he's got a problem, and we have another car up against the wall. Looks like that's the number 10 car of Wrightstone. 10 laps down, halfway down. Harold Feinauer is going to lead the way again. Can Carl Graves get around the 33 of Feinauer? Will it be Brad Kling's night finally at Silver Spring Speedway? Will David Chilton come through? Here they come off 3 and 4, 10 more laps to find out. Charlie Cope's coming back out on the track. Brad Kling trying to take that second position away from Carl Graves. Kling down low. And another yellow flag coming out. We're going to be going green this time around. 11 laps down and 9 more to go. Harold Feinauer in the lead with Carl Graves running in second. Then it's Brad Kling in the 17. David Chilton. And in the 5th spot, Mark Billett, Jeff Leapart, Tommy Blackwell, Jimmy Shuttlesworth, Jeff Fries, Scotty Richwine, and Ron Little Sr., your top 10. Down the front stretch, but now it's going right back to regular racing. Going in through 3 and 4. They're going low, they're going high. Graves trying to get on the inside. Chilton
Shelton on the inside, and we have 2 cars turned sideways. That's the 83 car of Roger Myers, and also the 116 of Charlie Cope, bringing out the yellow. 12 laps down, 8 more to go. Sounds repetitious, but it's not as easy as it looks. Harold Beinauer took the lead on the very first lap. Each time this green flag comes out, the adrenaline starts pumping, and he's got to be able to keep Carl Graves off. Graves running in the second spot. Brad Kling in third. Fourth, Billet. Urban Shelton, and in fifth is Billet. Graves going way down low, trying to take that lead away. Beinauer taking that middle road, not too low, not too high. Graves going down as low as he possibly can. Kling trying to hold off Mark Billet. Billet goes down low, banging into Kling. Billet has not had a win yet this year, our current track champion. And here comes Shuttlesworth. Shuttlesworth going on the outside. The 2 Emma Michelin and a 17 of Kling. He's moved into the 4th position. He's bobbling now, a couple cars getting past. Richwine down low. Richwine moving into the 4th position. Mark Billet takes the lead. And a yellow flag coming out. It's a 75 of Scotty McCann. As Mark Billet had just grabbed the lead from Harold Beinauer, they will go back 1 lap. Beinauer will be able to go back into the lead with 15 laps down and only 5 more to go. Lineup looks good. Harold Beinauer, the leader. Now Mark Billet into the 2nd spot. Carl Graves into 3rd. 4th, Brad Kling. 5th, Scotty Richwine. 6th, Shuttlesworth. Can Shuttlesworth come back and make it 2 times that he's won both feature events? David Chilton, and here comes Ron Little Sr. Ron Little up into the top 10. Moves into the lead. Mark Billet takes the lead on lap number 16. Close racing in that 2nd place. Scotty Richwine trying to take the 2nd position away from Beinauer. Shuttlesworth on the inside. They're going 3 wide off of 3 and 4. Now it's our current track champion and last year's track champion, Mark Billet. Scotty Richwine, a red-headed thunder from Carlisle. He's moved up through the field, started in the 15th spot. Can he catch and pass Mark Billet? 2 more laps to go. White flag will come out this time by Mark Billet. Down the backstretch, round 3 and 4. Here he comes, our current track champion and now our feature winner tonight, Mark Billet in the 22. And the win goes to the 22 car of Mark Billet, followed by the 2 of Scotty Richwine, the F1 of Jimmy Shuttlesworth.
The 43 of Ron Little Sr., the 91 of Jeff Leapart, and then we will get the official rundown in just a few moments. We'll be joining our race winner, our current track champion, Mark Bill at trackside in just a few moments.
You were trying some new things this year. You think you have them figured out?
No. The only thing that I figured out first was that we had to figure it out down here to get their picture. We were missing a few key parts that make a huge difference. That's Chad Baker's carburetor less like. And these things are going to get it back. There ain't no way.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad to see Chad's got something going there because it sure did look like you were able to move right up through the field.
Well, like I said, the car's been great all year, but we were just lacking straightaway speed. We couldn't figure it out. And I want to thank Wade and Wade Compare, Bobby Beaver, they combined kind of put this engine together. And it was there all along. I doubted them. I started to think, I need more engine. Chad put this carburetor on me, and I'll tell you what, another race car again.
Well, you got a lot of new sponsors on here, too. I know. See those Spinny soft pretzels? I like those myself.
43 was around. Yeah, they're good. Plus our pools and spas, maybe something to go to them. They're really good people to deal with. I got to thank Derek. Ed, how you guys working? Sunday, every day this week. Because the crowd they work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today they were playing early working.
And I saw this one guy out here before the racing even started checking out the track, and I think he must have done a pretty good job for you.
He must have done something right. Boy, it feels good to be back here.
Well, we'd like to have you back. Welcome back to Victory Lane, Mr. Mark Billett, our current track champion.
Top 10 finish of the late model race. Mark Bill was the winner, finishing second in the 2 Scott Ridge line. Third was the F1 of Jim Shuttlesworth. Fourth, the 43 of Ron Little. Finishing fifth, the 91 of Jeff Leapart. Sixth, the 33 Alpine Howard. Seventh, the 9 of Carl Graves. Eighth was the 17 of Brad Blake. Ninth, the 2M of Damon Jilton. And rounding out the top 10 was the 15 of Jason Covert.
Laps will be the distance for our street stock feature, the final event of the evening here at Silver Spring Speedway. again with Rodney Klauser and David Snow in the first row. The second row, Craig Morrow and Mike Leonard. The third row, Ron Yankowski and George Ash. The fourth row, Stan Warner and our big money guy, Bob Dellinger in the 31, starting 8th. Fifth row, Dean Light and Scott Dellinger. Sixth row, Tim Fetter and Tom Bowersock. Seventh row, Sam Leonard and Joe Crick. Eighth row, Kirby Seitz and Mike Brenneman. Ninth row, Randy Askey and Jim Scrignoli. 10th row, Brian Allen and Joe Whiteley. 11th row, John Greider and James Barker. And the 12th row, Eric Hurst on the inside and Paul Watts on the outside. There's $900 out there, and if Bob Dellinger can win it, he will be splitting it. That's part of the Sutliff Automotive Group money that's out there. Can Bob Dellinger win it for a fan and for himself? 20 laps, tell the difference. Here we go. And we have a yellow flag on the first lap. That's the 67 car of Paul Watts, who started at the rear. They'll be able to tag right back on. We should be able to go right back to green flag racing. Go down. Lineup's good. We're going to be going with it this time with Rodney Klauser. They used to call him a Rockin' Rodney when he was running in the late model division. He's running that 2R car, running a Chevy power plant. He was well known for running the Fords. Now he's got a Chevy in that car tonight. 175 of David Snow starting on the outside, and then Craig Morrow and Mike Leonard in that second row. Could be Ron Yankowski's night in that number 40 red car in the third row, or George Esch. He comes here in a school bus every week, so he's got to be pretty darn smart. Maybe he's going to be smart enough to go up there and win the checkered flag tonight. Green flag is out. Here we go with 20 laps of street stock racing here at Silver Spring. We have a car smoking already. That looks like it's the number 2. Rodney Klauser, our pole setter. That car is already starting to either overheat or lose oil. Of course, the driver has no idea that he's got the problem unless his gauges are indicating it. All the smoke going from behind. Race leader at this point, 175, David Snow. Running in the second spot is Mike Leonard. Here comes George Esch in the 69. Esch, then the 31 of Bob Dellinger. Scott Dellinger right behind. Klauser off the pace, taking his car into the pits. Racing continue with 3 laps down. David Snow leading the way. Mike Leonard in second. Then it's George Esch in third. Then it's the Dellingers. Bob and Scott. Scott now moving ahead of Bob. And we have a car tagging. That's George Esch getting tagged from the rear. Seemed to slow down going into turn 1. Dellinger right there, and also collecting the 11 of Craig Morrow. 4 laps are down. 16 more laps to go. It's good. We're going to be going right back at it. 4 laps down. 16 more to go. The 175 of David Snow leading the way with the 7 of Mike Leonard in second. And then it's Scott Dellinger, Bob Dellinger, and the 40 of Ron Yankowski. Dean Light, Tim Fetter, Stan Warner, Joe Crick, and Mike Brenneman. Dean Light going on the outside, Tim Fetter. Both cars splitting. Ron Yankowski. Yankowski was in the middle. Through 3 and 4. Fetter on the outside.
Moves past Bob Dellinger. Moves into that 4th spot. David Snow still leads the way. Then it's side-by-side racing between Mike Leonard and the 7 and the 32 of Dellinger. Now Scott Dellinger goes on the inside, seems to have a nose up. Moves into the 2nd spot on lap number 7. Dean Light making his move now, moving into the 5th spot. Scott Dellinger on the outside. Yellow flag comes out. Eight laps are down, the yellow flag comes out. .75 of David Snow. Also Walker's. Can he get his first win here at Silver Spring Speedway? He's going to have to hold off the lights of Scott Dellinger. Also the 7 of Mike Leonard. David Snow, 12 laps to go. 8 laps down in our 20-lap feature event. Here comes Dellinger. Scott Dellinger rifling past the 175 of David Snow. Car turns sideways here in the front stretch. It's the 40 car of Ron Yankowski. He just came sliding right out. He's able to refire the car and get back on it, but the yellow flag had already flown. 9 laps are down. 11 more in our street stock feature. With Miss Motorama next week. Also, we will have a guest singing the national anthem, a Nashville hopeful. Jennifer Steffler's her name, and she'll be singing the national anthem. That'll be next week. This week, we still have to find out if Scott Dellinger's going to take the win. He's got the green flag. Here he comes off 3 and 4. Scott Dellinger down the backstretch opens up about a 4-car lead on the 175 David Snow. 7 of Mike Leonard still doing battle with Dean Light. Light now underneath, moving into the 3rd spot. Halfway down, 10 laps are complete. Mike Brenneman, here he comes. Last time the street stocks ran here, he was our feature winner. Dellinger opening up a larger lead on Snow. And it's Light, Brenneman, Dellinger, and Crick. Dean Light into the 2nd position off 1 and 2.
Yellow flag coming out in turns 1 and 2. We have the 64 car of Stan Warner and also the 4 of Randy Askey. 13 laps are down, 7 more to go. Green flag is out. Here comes Scott Dellinger again. Dellinger coming with him is the 111 of Dean Light. Light started in the ninth position, battling for the second spot now. Brenneman on the inside of Snow. Here comes Crick. Joe Crick running in the 5th spot. Off of 3 and 4 they go. 15 laps down this time by. Five more to go for Scott Dellinger. Dean Light trying to get around. 4 more to go. Can he find a spot that Dellinger doesn't have covered? He's trying the inside this time. Brenneman using all the track. Brenneman going up high. Crick staying down low. Here comes another charge. The yellow flag comes out once again. This time it's the 31 car of Bob Dellinger, the money car, the car that was going to give away that $900 from the Sutliff Automotive Group. Doesn't look like it's going to happen again this week, so the pot just keeps getting bigger. Going back to green flag racing, 16 laps down, 4 more to go for Scott Dellinger. Dean Light running in the 2nd spot. Then it's Mike Brenneman in 3rd. Joe Crick in 4th. 5th, the 175 of David Snow. Then it's the 7 car of Mike Leonard. The 8 of Sam Leonard. It's Seitz, Bowersox, Whiteley, Grider, and Scrignoli. Here they go. 4 more times around this circle, and we call it Silver Spring. Best racing in the area. The Dellinger, Ron Golba, number 32, trying to hold off a charge of Dean Light. Brenneman started back in the 16th position. Can he close and pass the 111 of Light and the 32 of Dellinger? Here comes another yellow. It's the 64 of Stan Warner and the 88 car of Jamie Barker. Well, 3 more to go. The tires will cool off again. Can Light get around? Will Brenneman make the pass? Only 3 more laps, 3 more times around. Scott Dellinger still leading the way over Dean Light. Mike Brenneman looked like he had a lot of power going there before the yellow came out. Joe Crick, you can never count him out. David Snow still running in the top 5. Here comes the green flag. Dellinger diving down low, sliding up high. This time he's got a good jump on the rest of the field. Now Brenneman trying to go down low on Light. Down. 2 more to go. Joe Crick sliding through turn 1. This is what Scott Dellinger wants. He wants these two cars to keep battling back and forth. The white flag is out. Scott Dellinger down the backstretch. Scott Dellinger into 3 and 4. Looks like he's going to have another win here at Silver Spring Speedway. The checker flag is out. It's Scott Dellinger with the win. And the win goes to the 32 of Scott Dellinger over Dean Light, the 111, the 07 of Mike Brenneman, the 151. Looks like the David Snow held up in there, and the 8 car of Sam Leonard. We'll get you the official results here and join our winner, Scott Dellinger, trackside.
Looks like you did.
Wait, you get a good look at that furrow, you wonder how, because I don't know how it stayed together.
You're saying there's a problem back there?
Yeah, it's tore up pretty good. I kept getting everybody to look at it, and they kept giving me thumbs up. About 2 to go, I could really feel we're going down, though. I knew it was going to be flat. I didn't want no more yellows.
Well, you had some more problems there, too. You had 2 guys that were just beating down on you. You had Dean Light and also Mike Brenneman. It looked like there's a couple times they came right up alongside.
I never seen them. I couldn't hear them. All I know is the tire going down. I was getting really tight coming through the turns, and I said, boy, we better just hold the line to get a feature right here.
Well, you certainly did. You really drove a nice race, a nice, smooth race. And the Sutliff Automotive Group had that banner back there to welcome you back into victory lane.
I need to thank my sponsors, Tom Zayers, Macco Tools, Dellinger's Auto Body, Ron Cole with Plumbing, Ronnie Allen, Auto Salvage, Nancy Baker, Woodstones, who does our sheet metal. I need to especially thank my crew. I didn't get to thank them last time, especially Bill McBride. He's been doing a lot of research, and he seemed to come up with something really work good tonight, so hopefully we can keep going to the front.
Well, I think with Bill McBride, I think he was on like a track championship here once before. That was like, I think, Howie Locke. So I think you've got a good one there on your team.
I believe he really helped us out a long way.
Well, you've got a great team here, and I know they want to get some pictures taken. So welcome back to Victory Lane. Scott Dellinger here at Silver Spring Speedway. Again, you're all invited down into the pit area to meet with the different divisions. And next week we are going to have Miss Motorama. She's going to be here. Danielle Clark, she'll be here earlier to sign some autographs. And we're going to have a guest soloist. She's going to be a Nashville hopeful, so hopefully she'll do a good job here singing the national anthem. Okay, we're going to let the kids come down again. Thank you for coming racing here at Silver Spring Speedway. We'll be back next week with a full program of sportsmen, street stocks, and late models. And don't forget to give Dad a call or stop by. It's almost Father's Day. Have a nice weekend.
I will be there this morning. If I get there early on, I'll get there, I don't know, on Saturday. Oh, okay. Okay, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Yep.